About to go short NASDAQ here. This is our second attempt at lower prices. This is during the 1150 1210 macro, and I'm trading on I'm trading one mini on one of my lucid evals that I'm trying to pass. So I had the whole idea of this trade was that we had traded above a 15-minute fair value gap, traded below it, and also below that 15-minute fair value gap, we had the 1-minute first presented fair value gap that formed during the open. So I had extended that forward, and I'm using that as my entry PD array. I have my stop placed a couple handles above the 15-minute fair value gap consequent encroachment, and I'm targeting relative equal lows that we had made in the pre-market session. It looked really too clean, and also directly below that we have, above that we have a 1040. What is that? I would say a 1050 low. Relative equal lows that are right above or right smack on the regular trading hours opening range gap high, and I saw that as a logical place that price would want to attack and disrupt. Also at the 24,789.5 level, we have another pair of relative equal lows. So we have these relative equal lows that are stacked kind of on top of each other, and I'm not expecting price to take out that 789.5 level, but I'm thinking of as all of that, the regular trading hours opening range gap and those relative equal lows as a draw on price. You know, this is during the 1150 1210 macro, and I'm thinking also to myself, you know, who has made money, and it's primarily been longs. So I'm also thinking that, you know, price during this macro will want to attack those that have been long. It's gonna want to attack their sell stops. Above that 15-minute fair value gap, we have relative equal highs, but because we closed below that 15-minute fair value gap, and because we were trading in the lower half of that first presented fair value gap from the 1-minute chart, I'm thinking that they're going to leave that intact for another point in time. Maybe they attack it later today, but I felt that the damage was done to the upside at this point in time, and that we were going to want to attack longs. We were going to want to attack their sell stops. So yep, I entered short. This was my second attempt. I made a first attempt. I got stopped out, and I just waited. And I still it was still within that macro, and I liked that we were hanging in the lower half of that first presented fair value gap. So I decided to give it another shot. On this specific eval, I'm being a little bit more aggressive. I want to trade minis, and I have another account that I'm trading micros, and my personal account I only trade one single micro, so I just want one account to be a little bit more aggressive on, and by aggressive I simply just mean one E-mini contract. I'm not trying to go more than that. So adjust my stop a little bit lower. I'm feeling good. We also have a volume imbalance that if you look to the left of my first entry, that price is kind of just trading up and through, back and forth between. So volume imbalances are ICT's weakest PD array, and price is permitted to trade, to them multiple times. So I don't have it labeled on the chart, but I'm mindful of it, and it's in the lower half of that first presented fair value gap. So I like how we're right now beginning to close below that first presented fair value gap, and I'm just marking out, who has made money so far, and it's been longs. Put a little smiley face there. And again, I'm targeting those relative equal lows right below that RTH opening range gap high. So trade to play out. We have a low at 12 o'clock that I want price to trade below. Really, really like this displacement here. That's exactly what I want to see. Nice, large down close candle. And so now, you'll see me annotate it in a second, but I'm looking at that gap, and I want that to be treated as a breakaway gap. I want price to stay below it, or at least in the lower half of it. Reduce a little bit of my risk. Once again, placing that stop a couple of ticks above the first presented fair value gap consequent encroachment. And I have a daily profit lock on my eval, so you'll see this trade close out shortly. But we got out of our drawdown, and we finished the day positive. So she wrote.